Hey, I kind of have Eagles on the brain this week or on the mind. Been listening to them a little. Actually, I was listening to a lot of Steely Dan this week too, but that's a different story. And our Eagles pack is going on sale just for the heck of it, but made me kind of revisit some of those tunes. And man, they are great. Quite a variety, of course, from the folky stuff of course, to the rockin' riffs. One of these nights is a great one too, as well. That's of course Life in the Fast Lane. But a lot of the songs are really good for beginners too. Just strumming Peaceful Easy Feeling or Tequila Sunrise or Take It to the Limit. Some great tunes, but Desperado is really an unusual one. It's not really in the mode or the mold of any of the other stuff they did. But enough about the Eagles. Oh man, this is on my mind right now too. It's Friday, July 18th, by the way, in case I haven't mentioned that. Okay, sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Hopefully you recognize that chord progression. Goes back. Ian Anderson, of course. Not of course, sorry. Let's see. Things I want to get to today. We have a quick one. The TG Live we had planned on for tomorrow is postponed a little bit, probably a couple of weeks, just because of complications that some of the rest of the team had, including me, something I had forgotten about that got in the way. So keep an eye on that, and we still may keep it geared towards the learning to read music. I really have enjoyed the couple of comments that have come through with people, saying what they're working on and how they're doing on, lesson 4 or 5. The first 4 kind of go through a lot of the basics, and the next 4 each deal with just some of the important stuff in each of our four of our common keys. It only deals with 4 of them, I think. C, G, D, A, and E. Not. I think since most of the stuff in the first place dealt with C, probably go through the other 4 keys in lessons 5 through 8. But anyway, I hope people keep me apprised of what's going on the forum with how you're doing with that, and if you're getting to where you can read a nice little simple melody. I might play one in a minute that's not very simple. I'm going to end this with a song that is kind of like really taken over my space right now, and I'll save that for later. Let's see, what else did I have to say about? Oh, I think that's it. TG Live mentioned the Eagles. Okay, now I do want to go a little bit because of a lesson that is under construction and is coming up next week. I want to talk a little bit about a lesson that we do have up here called Four-String Chord Voicings. And it really goes through, in the jazz world, players tend to not strum as much and tend to just grab the strings they need. Now, you can still play a lot of these chords and strum them if you kill the strings that we don't want. But the one I want to get to today is the main 4, I guess, members of the 7th family, 7th chords, with the 6th string when the root is on the 6th string. And I want to start this with a G major 7 chord. Now, the way we're going to play this, though, is start with an A minor. Switch it to your other 3 fingers, so your first finger is free. And now move it up a whole step. So if you're playing just these 3 notes, or if you put a bar at the 2nd fret, you have a B minor chord, right? Hopefully everybody's on top of that. There's B minor. The notes in B minor are B, D, and F sharp. 1, 3, and 5. But if we add a G in the bass below it, by taking the bar off and just playing the G, we now have a G major 7 chord. Beautiful sound. And the formula for a 7th chord is 1, 3, 5, 7. All of them are the notes right out of the scale. So that would be G, B, D, and then F sharp. And the sequence I go through in the four-string voicings lesson is each one of these three notes that are not the root. So the root is on the sixth string. Each one of these can be successively lowered to create the next member of the seventh chord family. And the first one of those we would start with, and you're going to the fingers are going to get rearranged significantly as you do this. I should have shot this with I could have done this with two cameras and given you a close-up here, but hopefully the explanation will make sense. Right now, the note on the fourth string is the F sharp. If we flat that, and we have to do that by switching our second and third fingers, that gets us a G7 chord, a dominant seventh chord, 1, 3, 5, flat 7. And you frequently have played this as a full bar out of the E family. Looks like that, right? But many jazz guitar players will play it with four fingers and not use bars very often. So it's hard to sometimes see the connection between these three notes at the third fret, the sixth string, the fourth string, and the second string, and then the fourth fret, the B, on the third string, on the G string. Well, now that B happens to be the third of the chord. So we just went from major 7 to dominant 7 by flatting the seventh, which was the note on the fourth string. I should slow down, I know, but you can slow it down and pause it and decipher this. The next note we're going to lower is the third, which is on the fourth string, on the third string. And we're going to bring it down so that all four of these notes now are at the third fret. Now you could play this with a full bar and just play the sixth, fourth, third, second strings, or you could add your third finger to the fifth string and have a full strummable version. But most jazz players play this chord with two fingers. The third finger flattened out across the second, third, and fourth strings, and the second finger on the G and the bass. So, and I'm only playing those same four strings. So everything I'm doing here is the sixth string and the middle strings, second, third, and fourth. So now we've lowered the third from our dominant seventh chord. This gives us a minor seventh chord. We're going to do one more. The note we haven't lowered yet is the fifth, which is on the second string. So now I'm going to keep my second finger on the bass note and go back to what starts looking like A minor, but with my second finger not playing a note. So I've got an A minor shape. This time, all three of these notes are 1 fret lower than where they were when I started the whole thing up here. So now what we have is minor 7 with a flatted fifth, sometimes called half diminished or half diminished 7. Okay. If you want to do a little more research on that, check out the lesson, Four-String Chord Voicings, because it also goes through, and maybe next week I'll do this if there's a little bit of positive feedback on this, or any kind of feedback really, with chords out of the A family or with the root on the fifth string. Because basically we're going to do the same thing with the root on the fifth and the same three middle strings. None of these use the first string. So they use the second, third, and fourth strings, and either the fifth or sixth for the root. Okay, you got all that? Now, the song that has kind of grabbed me, so this is now the big sneak preview of what I hope to have done next week. I haven't really thought too much about playing the melody because it's just got some cool chords. Maybe a major ninth chord here. Anyhow, that's what's kind of taken over my world lately. Let's see if we can do, let's see. Oh boy. What's that chord? Where am I? It's a G with B in the bass. Anyway, as frequently happens, sometimes a student comes in with a song that I hadn't thought about in lots of years, and think, oh man, we got to put a lesson together on that. So let's see. I think that is about it. What else has been? I've had a few students working on some pretty complicated instrumentals, and what the heck? Let's end it with this one. Always got to keep this in reasonable shape. So yeah, I got to play that once or twice a year just to make sure that it's not slipping too far. So I think that's it. We're heading into the second half of July. I hope everybody has some time to work on reading music and playing some cool tunes. See you next week.